Hello and welcome to EGHC TV. Today your commentary comes from myself, Oliver Smart.
And myself, Ollie Clift.
Exactly, the two Ollies. And yeah, we're going to be providing some stellar chat over the top of this high quality game of hockey, hopefully. And as you might be able to hear in the back of your speakers, the EG faithful have just arrived, dressed appropriately for the occasion. They've got their blue and white, sporting the club colours. And I tell you what, they are absolutely up for this game.
There are some incredible fancy dress outfits out there on display today, I have to say. We have a king.
I think the word incredible is one word to use for it. There's other words you could also use to describe it that I'm probably not allowed to say on this live stream. And here we have the teams. So we'll start off with the Cardiff and Met squad. Number 3, we have Johan Wall. Number 4, Josh Hip-Mills. Number 5, Alf Dinney. Number 6, William Raymond. Number 7, John Bennett. Number 8, Chris Hardy. Number 9, Ian Davis. 10, Reese Cownan. Number 11, Luke Hawker and captain. Number 12, Ben Sharp. Number 14, Dave Asprey. Number 15, Owain Dolan Gray. And number 16, James Tyson. And then on their bench, and wow, this is a long bench. Number 17, Charlie Hunt. Number 18, Sam Welsh. Number 19, Tom Wood. Number 20, William Riley. Number 21, Jack Pritchard. Number 22, Scott Ballings. Number 23, Angus McDermott. Number 25, Sion Goldsmith. Number 27, Harry Bogle. Number 29, Nick Morgan. Number 30, Mark Philpott in goal. Number 33, Matty George. And number 53, Duncan Langston.
Did they have any more players to bring, Ollie?
Well, I think it's important to note, actually, I'll include the coaching staff. We've got head coach Walid Abdo. The assistant coach is Paul Edwards and Reese Payne, and the manager as Rebecca Daniels. I think it's important to note that isn't the team that Cardiff and Met have got with them today. That is their first team squad. I think having 300 players brought with them to play would be slightly an advantage.
Maybe needed.
Well, if they're performing as the Welsh rugby team are at the moment, then they might need them.
And now for the EG squad. Number 1, Richard Curtis, goalkeeper. Number 2, Jack Edgerton. Number 3, Matt Simmons. Number 4, Keith Turner. Number 5, Daniel Faulkner. Number 6, Max Lowry. Number 7, Josh Gravestock. Number 8, Sam Knight. Number 9, Richard Lane. Number 10, Hugh Pembroke. Number 11, Jack Webb. Number 12, Sam Hathling. Number 13, Isaac Farrant. Number 15, Simon Faulkner and captain. Number 16, Archie Phillips. Number 17, Luke Mobley. Number 18, Ali Clift. Number 19, Ollie Clift. Number 20, Matt Blood. Number 21, Mike Wood. Number 22, Ross Stott. Number 25, Kent Shepard. Number 26, Tom Tyres. Number 27, Josh Green. Number 29, James Smith. And number 30, Ollie Smart.
And I would also like to add number 24, a new signing, Trevor Delora, who has come to the squad from South Africa. This is his first game in the blue and white, and we're really excited to see what he's got. He's only been with us for a short period of time, so I think the players and spectators alike are absolutely buzzing to see what this young man has got in store.
Absolutely. And we have the EG starting 11 with us right here. So obviously the manager, Wesley Jackson, team manager, Mike Williamson, and Rory Britton as well. Now in goal is Richard Curtis with Max Lowry, Daniel Faulkner, and Mike Wood and Simon Faulkner. And Simon Faulkner in defence, with Hugh Pembroke and Matthew Blood and Archie Phillips in midfield, with Up front, Jack Webb, Isaac Farrant, and Josh Gravestock.
So one thing that I think will be a really important factor in this game is experience. You look over to the Welsh camp, and I see a lot of international players and players that have been at the club for a very long time. Whereas when you look to our right and you look at the EG squad, you've got a lot of young players. You've got the Nottingham contingent. You've got the likes of James Smith, who come from Birmingham University. It's a new team, but I would not underestimate the amount of experience that this East Grinstead team has got. We've got junior internationals, we've got senior internationals, and I think that's going to be a really key factor for this game. And I think it's going to be a big battle, given that both teams here need points.
The team is gelling every day, every week. By time, it will be lethal, Ollie. It will be lethal.
So the two teams here are absolutely warming up with some serious intent. I've got a good feeling about this game as an EG supporter. Yeah, looking at the Welshmen to our left, yeah, they're not up for it. You can tell. You can tell.
They're scared from the Argentinians in the rugby, Ollie. That's what's happening.
Well, I think they're more scared of the faithful, to be quite honest with you, mate. Their cups are full and emptying quickly, and I can imagine that is going to translate to some quite loud supports.
They were giving it everything for the women, and they'll give it everything again for this men's squad.
And just on top of that, I think the men are really looking to continue the success of the club today. The women have just come off a 4-0 win against Clifton Robinsons. I think a large part of that was the return of Amy Thompson coming back into the side after an injury. And yeah, I think the girls will be really happy about that win. Let's see if the boys can echo that and come away with a 6-point weekend for both the men and the women.
Boy, oh boy, we will love that. And now on your screen now we have the next few live streams coming up. We have, well, today is Cardiff Met, and then Holcombe on the 21st, followed by Old Georgians, and then finally Surbiton on the 18th of November.
So I'd like to say hi to all of our new viewers on the YouTube. I'd really encourage you to get active in the group chat. We are open to any comments, questions. So fire in some questions into the group chat, and when you're there, make sure you give the video a like. A small like and a subscribe goes a really long way for the club. We're trying to do some really big things in terms of men's and women's hockey. And East Grinstead TV is carving the way in terms of hockey viewership. So if we could all really support that, no matter what club you're from, that'd be really good. So yeah, fire some questions away, and when you're there, drop a like. And a big shout out to Headley Wright, our first ever paid spectator here on the YouTube channel.
He does love being on the YouTube, Ollie, doesn't he?
And as we see the Cardiff players approaching through our left, looking very nervous, I might say.
Incredibly so, they're quaking already. That, sir, is a lovely beard. Here we are, it's Matt Blood has come say hello.
So I'm here with Archie Phillips just for a quick exclusive interview. Archie, what are your thoughts on the game? What are your thoughts on the coming game?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting stuff. It's a huge opportunity to get some points and move up the table, and we're just hoping to win. Yeah.
Up the EG, I couldn't have put it better myself. Let's hope Archie can pull off another masterclass. He is one of the first team's top goal scorer. Even from right back, he's managed to put the ball in the goal. I'm not sure what that says about the team, but the fact that Archie Phillips is our top goal scorer, but you know, it's excellent. And we now have a second paid member going by the name of Anita Westwood. Anita, thank you so much for your continued support. The club really appreciates it, and yeah, it goes a lot further than you can imagine. Thank you very much.
Rory.
I've just had news in that Anita's granddaughter, Bieber, just played for the second team, the women's second team, and actually scored a goal. So I'm not sure if she's in a good mood because of that and has subscribed, or if she's just a big fan of the club. But regardless, thank you very much for your support.
And a big fan of this commentary as well. I think it's just
I think you'd be a fool not to be a fan of the commentary.
Right now, the players are behind us, preparing for a walk-on. We have a flare that's just been popped. Two flares, a blue and a white flare that's just been popped up in front of us, ready for the walkouts. Here we go, Ollie.
Club cut. Yeah.
And as the tense music in the background starts, here are the players.
So, from the EG team, we've got Simon Faulkner, Richard Curtis, Isaac Farron, Jack Webb, Josh Gravestock, Archie Phillips, Max Lowry, James Smith, Ali Clift, Matt Blood, Trevor Delora, Hugh Pembroke, Dan Faulkner, Richard Lane, Mike Woods and Ross Stott. And following them are our very generous Ball Boys who are ready to make the game what it can be.
What a team, what an atmosphere. I cannot wait for this to get going. And the faithful are already starting to make their noise. And it can only and will only get louder.
And as the players embrace in hands for the final time before they clash horns, we are ready. The faithful are ready. Who isn't ready?
Me, after you saying embrace hands, Ollie, I have to say. But we do love it. Embrace before war. And the faithful have already started taunting the Welsh with Argentina chants. And shout out to Joe Oddy, who's in the comment section with, of course, the EG colours of blue, white, and then another blue.
Joe, I've had a message from Simon Longhurst, who's asking when you're going to subscribe to the channel as a paid member.
I say get it done today, Joe. Get it done.
And we hear the cry of EG echoing around St Hill as the sun is setting and the final remnants of the blue and white smoke is evaporating. Oh boy, are we ready.
This commentary is just poetry, Ollie. I really do have to say.
And one of the benefits of actually coming to the games is you guys on the stream won't be able to hear it or see it, but we have got the Bluebell train cascading behind the pitch. It's dulcet tones
I did not realise we were in English GCSE class.
as a backdrop to the start of this immense game. England versus Wales, and away we go.
And away we go with an aerial and a Max Lowry trap, secure as always.
It's a great first-time touch from Isaac Farrant there. I'm sure his parents and girlfriend will be tuning in, so shout out to Jenny, Murray and Lucy as we get our first short corner of the game. Goes the way of the blue and the white. Max Lowry charges into the D and places it carefully onto a Cardiff foot. Let's see if he can set up and score a short corner.
One might say that you don't see him often that far off the pitch, Ollie, but I'll have him there more often by the looks of things.
No, I think he was lost actually. He might have thought we were going the other way.
What do we think is going to be the plan for this short corner, Ollie?
I think put it on target and score.
That sounds fairly fundamental, and I love it. It's probably Cy Faulkner from the top.
Injection. Trap.
Max Lowry.
Flick! Oh, save. Well saved by the goalkeeper. Will Archie Phillips make the ball first?
He's
Yes, he
cheats
will.
both of them is what he's done.
A bit of poor communication by the Welshman there, and Archie Phillips has run away with it. A good aerial there from Matthew Blood. He's not renowned for his power or strength, but has produced a good aerial there. And East Grinstead now attacking down the left-hand side of the pitch as we look. And I tell you what, Ollie, this game is already showing signs of being a seriously high-scoring affair. A corner within the first minute. You don't usually get that, but yeah, very good attack from the East Grinstead boys. Let's see if they can build some pressure. And see if they can put the ball in the goal.
Absolutely. This is attack, attack, attack from East Grinstead so far, and I am loving the viewing of it. Let's hope we get another short corner and hopefully put this one away. It was a good shot by Max Lowry, but let's try and get it in the back of that net.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Max Lowry has been absolutely ripping them in training. He flicks like a train, similar to the Bluebell steam train that we just spoke about a minute ago. But when he gets hold of one of those balls, I'll tell you what, the Cardiff keeper will be hard pressed to save the ball.
Even with all that kit, I think he might be scared of that, to be honest with you. It comes at him fast.
And Isaac Farrant wins the ball in the 25, plays it on to Jack Webb. Jack Webb across the goal, and there has to be a foul on. Is that Isaac Farrant gets bowled over? I'll tell you what, his girlfriend won't be a fan of that.
His stick's gone. He's gone on the floor. No, she will not.
And Cardiff are met here on the counter-attack. And that slider pass that you saw from Johan Wall, I think will be quite a common reoccurrence in this game. He's renowned for his long, full-pitch slider passes and his big overhead aerials. So keep an eye out for them. And I hope that the East Grinstead defenders keep an eye out for them as well.
After losing possession, Cardiff losing possession, East Grinstead are strong back on it, transferring the ball around as Sai plays a lovely ball into Archie, and just a very calm-headed East Grinstead side so far.
I think that's going to be a really important factor of this game. As I said earlier, both teams need a win, and by the end of the game, it's going to become a bit of a dogfight. And whoever keeps the calmest head, I think will be in a good chance of winning. And Lowry there picks the ball, traps it, falls back over, and finds himself in the D again. I think Max is going to need a map because he keeps getting lost up top. But again, a good low left hand for there from Matt Blood. I'm sure we'll be watching that over and over again.
I've not seen him get up that quickly before. He was on it. He wants to get in that D. He really does.
I think everyone wants to get in the D as Cardiff and Met are on the attack here. But again, another low left hand from Matt Blood.
Oh no, that is an awful decision from the umpire.
Well, let's say Matt isn't happy with the decision. We've got to stay neutral.
Do we?
I'm not sure. As East Grinstead venture to the bottom right-hand corner of the pitch as we look at it. and are greeted by the faithful and their horns. Archie Phillips cascading up the left-hand side of the pitch as Isaac is charging. Plays a good ball into Jack Webb. Jack Webb assesses the situation and decides that playing backwards is the best idea.
Very measured approach and opening few minutes as Max Larry plays the ball down into the bottom left corner for Archie Phillips, and a long corner has been won.
East Grinstead here. Dan Faulkner, big slap into the D. And we do need to be slightly careful there, Daniel, losing the ball in those sort of positions. And East Grinstead on the counter. It's a 1-on-1 with the goalie. He's lost control of it. And Rich comes out. And luckily, I'm not sure the umpire saw the back of his stick there. And Jeeves in with a touch. And Luke Hawker has just been absolutely nailed in the left hand. Good defending from him.
I just hope that Dan is okay after that gymnastic splits.
Well, that performance wouldn't go amiss in the Gymnastic Olympics, I'll tell you that for free. But no, he's been working well in the gym. He's actually told me he's been on the creatine recently, so I hope that would have helped. As again, we see a long lobbed aerial from Johan Wall into the D, well trapped by the Cardiff and Met striker, as the ball goes off for a long corner.
A nice interception there for Cy Faulkner. And there are a few complaints about that decision, but I can't say any different for myself as Cardiff mount an attack upon the EG goal.
And again, the Cardiff and Met wander into the East Grinstead's deep right part of the pitch when they're greeted by the faithful once more. And guess what? They lose the ball.
They don't like it. They do not like it.
I don't think many teams in the country like it. We are really playing with 12 men, 11 on the pitch and then the faithful on the sideline. It is a great thing for English hockey, well, and Welsh hockey. And that is a great short corner win by Josh Gravestock. Johan Wall comes in with a reckless backhand challenge, chops Josh Gravestock like a lumberjack, and we win our second short corner of the game.
That's that Gravestock pace, Ollie, isn't it? He is rapid.
Well, he's a very, very quick guy. And I tell you what, Johan Wall is a big guy to get around, but Josh has done incredibly well to...
made it look easy, really.
Yeah,
easy.
He does that.
And EG, 2 short corners. We'll be happy with this start. I have to say, let's hope we get this in the back of the net.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we'll be even happier with a 1-0 start.
Absolutely.
That'll be very
Absolutely.
welcome. So on the top of the D, we've got Simon and Dan Faulkner, the Faulkner brother duo. Dan Faulkner looking dangerous, is all I can say.
I have to say this is probably going to sigh after seeing what Dan's like in training. But
Dan is going to score.
We will see.
It's
gone to sigh.
Good save by the keeper again. I'd say that's a back stick. Yes,
and another
it
short
is.
corner has been
Another
won.
short corner awarded. And they re-huddle. The call has been given to Hugh Pembroke, injector. Again, no change. Simon and Dan Faulkner line up.
Our Aussie starlight, Hugh Pembroke.
Short shift, Simon Faulkner, flick, and it's a goal by Simon Faulkner to make it 1-0 to the Grinstead. The blue and the white erupt on the sideline, and the Grinstead go 1-0 up with 8 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the first quarter. What a dream start.
And have I just seen that Cy Faulkner's flicked it in the air?
I'm not sure if he did it on purpose. I think it might have come off a stick, a Cardiff and Met stick. But you know, as they say, there's no pictures on the scorecards.
What a start. And
That has given the faithful something to laugh about.
And Ollie, I'd just like to do another welcome to Trevor Delora, who is making his debut for East Grinstead in number 24. He has just come on the pitch. Apparently, he is rapid. He's on the ball already. And he's, unfortunately, good tackle by Cardiff.
Yeah, so Trevor Delora is he's currently in the South African Men's World Cup training squads. Obviously, he's a great addition to our team. and we've loved having him around the boys. He tells me he's helping a lot in the clubhouse at the moment, which is really good to hear, given the history of EG and our club culture and our clubhouse.
It's good ball, but equally good defending there from EG.
So Tom Wood here on the ball, or Mike Wood even. Mike Wood there on the ball, and I think he's got the upper hand here, Ollie, given that he is a Welshman himself, plays for Wales alongside a lot of the boys in this Cardiff Met team. What benefits do you reckon that's going to give him in this game?
Well, I think he'll be reading their minds personally, Ollie, but he's not the only one. Ali Clift has also played a lot with these boys, having played for Wales, not anymore, but used to.
On the sideline, well covered there by Richard Curtis. And yeah, as you say, we're just highlighting the international depth that we have as a team at East Grinstead, and I think it's really showing with this 1-0 lead.
What a start. The EG faithful are happy, we're happy.
And I hope you guys at home are happy as well.
I know you aren't. Cardiff.
It's very good defending there from Matt Blood. Oh, and the umpire didn't like it though. And he hit us, Matt Blood.
Matt Blood letting the umpire know as well that he didn't like it.
Matthew Blood, as some of you might know, was an East Grinstead player before he went to university. He was playing in the East Grinstead first team when he was only 15 years old. Went off to university and then clearly couldn't resist the East Grinstead club and the team, and has come back and brought a lot of his friends with him. And again, it's another low left hand from Matthew Blood. We're going on about him, but it just shows what a key player he is to this team. And here's Trevor Delores' first chance on the ball for the club, and he's charging down the sideline, and is fouled by Cardiff.
He's one out, he's turned and gone. Oh, that was a good little first stint there from Trevor. And the EG, they're already loving him chanting his name.
And a good chuck there by Simon Faulkner deep into the Cardiff defence. Mistrapped by Cardiff player, who has left the ball off for a long corner. Picked up by Ali Clift, who decides going towards D is not the best idea.
So long aerial 16 picked up and mistrapped by Cardiff. Clearly that was the pressure of the EG boys there.
Clearly. And I also would say for all of our viewers, how many have we got at the moment? 71 of you. Let's try and get some questions and answers for me and Ollie in the chat. We've got the chat up on our screen, so we're ready to answer any of your questions as soon as you fire them through. So please do get sending through. I imagine the likes of Lucy Austin and Richard Blood will be having questions to ask in the group chat.
I'd also like to ask the 71 viewing, give it a like for a 1-0 start. We couldn't have asked for more, really.
Yeah, I think Cardiff probably would dislike the video after that, but please don't.
Give a like for the efforts that they're putting in, under no avail.
And there is Mike Wood charging off the pitch, being replaced by Max Lowry, as Simon Faulkner turns on his inside and plays it towards Archie Phillips, who's also sort of friendlily known as Jeeves from the Men in Black due to his disproportionately small head. For anyone that hasn't watched Men in Black, I'd urge you to search up Jeeves on the internet, and I think you'll probably see the resemblance.
It will give you a nice chuckle this evening. As a Cardiff reset, playing along the back.
Oh, and Chandler nearly picking up a ball from Johan Wall's missed pass. Well stepped in front from Simon Faulkner, who parries the ball off the sideline for a Cardiff and Met sideline hit. Josh Mills here, ex-pupil of St Ed's, not St Ed's, King's Gloucester, and ex-Cheltenham hockey player.
Richard Lane's experience showing there to unbelievable amounts with a lovely pick down the line. The player kept on going as if he thought he was going to get through Richard Lane. It's just not the case, is it?
It never is. That man has played Premier League hockey nearly as long as I've been alive. I think he's coming on to his 18th year at the moment, which is no mean feat. And I tell you what, for a man in that sort of shape, I'm not surprised. He is in seriously good nick. And the faithful crying out no as the umpire reacts and blows it to the East Grinstead way. And there's Max Larry to Trevor Delora again. A lot of pressure on from the Cardiff boys, who play it off to the sideline. And Trevor takes it quickly into a flat stick, but then just plays it off the sideline, off the end line for Cardiff and Met 16.
Cardiff captain plays it to their left half. And they're passing it around nicely here, but that's great pressure from EG. And I think Dan was slightly unlucky about that one. With 2 minutes left, or under 2 minutes left in this last quarter. What will happen as EG puts Cardiff's defence under pressure? They seem to have gotten out of it, and they've given it away.
I'll tell you what, Ollie, I'm not sure about you, but I think this quarter has been all East Grinstead's. What do you think?
If this was a boxing fight, it would be scored highly towards East Grinstead. It is hands down, really, Ollie.
Yeah, thankfully it's not a boxing fight or Johan Wall at the back, the towering figure for Cardiff and Met, might have the upper hand against some of our boys such as Matthew Bloods and Archie Phillips.
I reckon Richard Lane could give him a go though.
Yeah.
If not, shout out to Keith Turner in the EG faithful. He'll come on, and I would back Keith Turner.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with Big Keith, put it that way.
Nickname the Muscle for a reason.
And we've got Max Lowry shifting to centre-back, playing it to Ali Clift, who's at left half, who decides to charge down the sideline as met with a Cardiff and Met flat stick, and unfortunately dribbles it off the side for a Cardiff and Met sideline, which is mispassed to Max Lowry, who's under a certain amount of pressure here in the left corner, onto Richard Lane.
Max Lowry has started the game very well. He's been calm, collected, and attacking, which is a surprise.
Yeah, so Max has recently for this game moved from centre-back and is now playing at half-back as the Cardiff and Met boys crash the ball into D and is met by, I'm not sure whether that was stick or pad or what, but East Grinstead come up with the ball and they end up hitting off the sideline and just are happy to absorb some pressure for the last few seconds of this. Oh, and that is quarter time. It's currently 1-0 to the Grinstead. Ollie, what would you think if you were Wes Jackson here? You got the boys coming in. You've only got a few minutes to convey a message. What are you going to say to the boys?
As positive message as you can possibly give. I don't think you could ask for much more. There was energy, there was defence, there was a lot of attack.
A lot.
And 2 short corners, 1 goal.
Yeah, you would be happy with that, wouldn't you? And what about the Cardiff coach? As what would you be saying to your players?
Well, less positive, I would say. Just don't give the ball away to EG's high press. It is hard, I have to say.
So East Grinstead have been pressing very well, and Cardiff and Met have fallen victim to the high quality pressers in the team, such as Isaac Farrant, and again their main outlet in Johan Wall has not been able to expose his long slider passes or big aerials due to the quality press that East Grinstead have offered.
He has been neutralised, and seeing this Cardiff coach portray his message, there's a lot of hand movement. It looks quite vigorous, I have to say.
He doesn't look happy.
No,
put it that way.
No, he doesn't.
But again, don't want to speak too soon. It is only 1-0. Anything can happen as the teams break. The substitutes head back towards goal and the players head onto the pitch. Again,
score prediction from Matt Simmons. Hello, I presume that's Matt Simmons. Hello, Matt. Nice to see you active. Ollie, what is your score prediction?
Well, I quite like to hear Simo's. What's Simo's score prediction? What's he gone for?
Yeah. He
you
hasn't
want
put-
to score prediction?
He wants to score predictions, so I asked you.
if you'd have asked me at the start of the game, I'd have said a 4-2 win to the Grinstead. I'm actually going to bump that up a little bit. I'm going to go for 5-2 to the Grinstead. I reckon we've got a couple more corners in us, and then I think with the Cardiff and Met defence looking as it is, I think there's a few goals in this game. It's a high-tempo game, but then again, these Cardiff and Met boys are not going to give up easily. They need points. So yeah, I think a 5-2 win to the Grinstead would be a lovely result for us. Simo, if you could chuck your prediction in the chat, let me know what you think it would be. Ollie, what do you reckon?
I'm going to go slightly different, but still in the way of the EG. I'm going to go 4-1. We've made the start, and I hope this keeps on going. But yeah, Simo, Matt, put it in the chat. What do you think? Give us a little explanation as well. Go into some depth.
And as we hear the East Grinstead faithful chanting out songs as Isaac Farrant traps the ball on the baseline, and unfortunately just traps it onto his foot.
Tell you what, footballers will look at that and go, that is a great stop.
Trust me, no footballer is going to look at Isaac and say, wow, that's good. He is not a good football player. Thankfully, though, he's an incredible hockey player and has scored some very crucial goals for the blue and the white this season. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, he is the top goal scorer.
He is.
Of the team.
Is it 3 and 5?
I think it's 3 goals and 5, and those have proven to be pretty crucial goals for Isaac Farrant. Yeah, I think it's a testimony to the way that he plays and the confidence in the team and the coaching staff having him.
Absolutely, and let's hope he keeps going, and I can see him getting another one here.
Yeah, if I was a betting man, I'd have some money on Isaac Farrant to score.
Cardiff have put EG in a bit of spot of bother, but they have won the ball from a trap of an aerial.
And Cardiff are met in the East Grinstead D now. Luke, who's that? It's lifted across goal, and that's lifted into Simon Faulkner's chest. He does not train chest particularly often, as you can probably tell, but has worn that very nicely.
There's clearly something there, and although he stayed down for quite a while, and let's just hope he is. No, he's fine. He was just making the point known, I think, there, Ollie.
I'll tell you what, that man is an absolute trooper. He got hit in the chest last week against Wimbledon on the line, and has just won another one there. Let's hope that Cardiff and Met don't continue with that sort of reckless play, throwing head-high balls across the D, just for the sake of the players on the pitch, really.
What a touch by Archie Phillips there in midfield for the quick turn and giving the ball to Isaac, to Matt Blood. That Nottingham link-up, it just hasn't left them, has it?
Well, the boys have lived together now for 3 years, and I think you can tell. They have got a sort of unspoken link, almost telepathic, I'd say. And I think Matt Blood is a big reason to Isaac's goal-scoring success, just with his great passing, complementing Isaac's excellent finishing.
The boys are making sure everyone is staying confident in their own abilities in the EG camp, and it's good. And Isaac almost intercepted one there as Cardiff make their way down the right-hand side, and it's off the sideline. They come back for a transfer. Well won by Dan Faulkner in the midfield, stepping up, and Gravestock is charging skillfully. Oh, this is just silky smooth. Oh, he's still got it. Archie Phillips and EG are just passing it round.
Just regaining a bit control. It's been a bit more of an end-to-end quarter, this one, with Mike Wood charging into the bottom left of our screen as we see it. Well won by the Cardiff players, but yeah, I think if East Grinstead can just regain a little bit of control, keep the ball for some phases, and then start really forcing it down the throat of the Cardiff players, I think that will really benefit them.
Yes, no, absolutely. The press is not as good as it was in the first quarter, but it will come back. I have absolutely no doubt in that.
And it's Owain Dolan Gray there at the back, playing it to Yoan Wall. He's put under a lot of pressure by Josh Gravestock, and Cardiff play it down the line to Alf Dinney. Traps on the baseline and misses it under the pressure of Simon Faulkner. We've now got Mike Wood playing up the sideline to Hugh Pembroke. Josh Gravestock turns acrobatically inside.
A pirouette and a drag back that people would die for, Ollie. Wow, what hands.
That's one for the highlight reels there. Matt Blood playing it inside to Archie Phillips. Archie Phillips with a lot of backward pressure. Lifted into the air dangerously by Yoan Wall and picked up quickly by Archie. Hugh Pembroke from the... well saved.
I thought that was in from here. Lovely quick play from Archie and
Hugh
unlucky from Hugh.
You've got Mark Woods playing across goal. Intercepted by the Cardiff Met player. Lifted over the back line for an East Grinstead long corner. Yeah, Hugh Pembroke there, the towering Aussie, slapping it with some serious power.
I'll call him Mr. Consistent, Ollie. He just...
We've got Josh Gravestock backhand.
Puts a foot wrong.
Well blocked by the Cardiff and Met player. Yes, Hugh Pembroke is Mr. Consistent. He does not miss a chance, does he? Oh, well won by Isaac Farrant with a clean shave tackle. This overstick of Yoan Wall. Charging on the baseline across goal. Hugh Pembroke just couldn't get there. And now Sam Welch charging away down the sideline. Tackled by Hugh Pembroke for a Cardiff and Met sideline.
That was a nice passage of play there from EG. Back into the attacking ways as Cardiff surgically put a ball through, but it just misses the target. Simple.
It misses the player completely. And I would say that is that's one of the better phases of play that East Grinstead have put together. Very picturesque hockey. It's the sort of thing you'd draw on a whiteboard. Really nice play, but as I said earlier, there is no pictures on a scorecard, and it doesn't matter if you get the ball in the goal. It doesn't matter how you get the ball in the goal, sorry. East Grinstead needs to start putting the ball in the goal and pressing this 1-0 advantage. As Hugh Pembroke chucks an aerial that's intercepted by Sam Welch for an East Grinstead sideline, picked up by Mark Wood, who assesses the situation and plays it backwards to Dan Faulkner, linking up with his brother there. And I tell you what, I think we should speak about this centre-back pairing of the Faulkner brothers, because
absolutely,
I don't know how long they've been at the club for, but they have been here for a long, long time. If you could, any input, Ollie?
It's been I can't give you the exact amount of time, but it's a partnership that's stood for a long time, I have to say, and a good partnership is.
Well, yes,
hence a testament of time.
It's seriously blossoming with Simon Faulkner at captain and Dan Faulkner as an honorary social sec, as he likes to call himself. It would be nice to see him turn up to a social, but that's sort of another story. As Cardiff and Met come down the sideline and put it on the foot of Simon Faulkner. Picked up by Sam Welch there at left half. Back to Owain Wall, and again it's another slider deflected by Harry Bogle, who does not seem happy with his effort. But I wouldn't be too mad there if I was Harry Bogle. That's a hard delivery to put on target.
It's a hard chance, but off target's off target.
Off target is off target, and I'll tell you what, Rich Curtis will be very happy seeing the ball fly past the post and keeping that goal tally at 0. Matt Blood into Archie Phillips, who mistraps it, picked up by Luke Hawker. Nick Morgan charging down the sideline, plays it inside. Sam Welch, can you pick it up? Out to Rich with a big foot. Out wide, touched by a Cardiff player. And East Grinstead can have the ball in deep into their own
Another
quarter.
Cardiff mistrap.
It's becoming quite a common theme, isn't it?
There's holes in their stick, Ollie. Holes in them.
There's holes in them.
Here we go. Dan Faulkner with the area, and my, he's chucked it miles.
Oh, and
he's found its way to East Grinstead.
James and unfortunately it just ricochets. Oh no, he was not within the 5-yard or 5-meter rule, according to the umpire.
That is a rule that is confusing to everyone.
But it's confusing to everyone, but seems to be more confusing to umpires than anyone else. I won't say too much more, but I'm sure our viewers will be able to get my gist. And a big aerial there from Yoan Wall. I told you it was one to look out for. He
a
was
lovely
poorly
little
placed.
paddle backhand there from Dan.
He's a sportsman. He's an athlete, and I'm sure he probably would have learnt that on the cricket field rather than the hockey pitch. I don't think that's a conventional thing that we're coaching at the moment in the junior section. But
no,
if needs must.
You can see it trickling down to third man for 4, obviously for 4.
No, I wouldn't say that. I'd say he'd be hard pressed to get a run of that, Dan Faulkner, as he picks the ball up in the defence, plays it into Matt Blood in midfield. He's just happy to keep the ball for a moment with Mark Woods, just again playing nice patterns of triangles. And I tell you, Coach Wes Jackson is not happy with something at the moment as he gets up, walks towards the sideline, shouting at Simon Faulkner. And a good shot. Oh, and it's a short corner!
And that's where the rule comes in.
Within 5 metre of Trevor Delora, who wins the short corner. I'll tell you, I think if Trevor chucked that, I think if it hadn't have been blown, it would have been a goal. So I think Cardiff were actually lucky to get away with a short corner.
Yeah, I can see the pace of Trevor exploding into the D and rifling it into the top corner, but I guess we'll never know.
Trevor and his international experience has got some serious finishing prowess, and I think, I know that would have gone in the goal.
And Ali Clift has been relayed a message by the coach to tell to the players.
And what do you think that message is, Ollie?
Probably Cy Faulkner flick.
Yeah.
Or maybe a 1-2.
Who knows? The thing with the East Grinstead short corners is we've got 4 or 5 Premier League quality flickers in our side, and also some seriously good variation. So let's see what we go. It's a Simon Faulkner flick, flicks it low, same save for the keeper. He's made 3 of those saves so far. As Cardiff attack down the sideline.
1v1 versus Ali. And that's a lovely bit of defending there.
Ali Clift with an exceptional tackle as East Grinstead are put under counter-attack pressure. He steps in, Mr. Cool, a residential lawyer, and just wins it nicely.
And now EG can build their own attack after just muffling that, if you can call it a counter-attack, but I guess we have to. As Trevor tries to play the pass and doesn't quite come off, but Archie Phillips, his work rate is just unbelievable. Look at that. And
I'd just like to give a quick shout out to a couple of the Loughborough University fellas, namely Ellis Robson, who have tuned in from the Midlands as Harry Bogle attacks down the right, intercepted by Max Lowry. I hope you lads are enjoying the coverage and thinking about coming to the club next year.
no pressure then, lads, you've already signed.
To be fair, after losing 6-1 to Bowden, I wouldn't be too keen to get many of the Loughborough lads across.
That is one way to rub salt in the wounds there, Ollie. Wow. But facts are facts, I guess.
And contested there by Harry Bogle, but the umpire saw something in that he didn't like, and blows away East Grinstead with Simon Faulkner just controlling the play, playing it to Ross Stott, one of the more experienced players in the team, Commonwealth athlete with Scotland, who plays a well-placed aerial over to Isaac Farron, who just doesn't manage to shut the ball. I think he might have one of the Cardiff and Met sticks there, the one with the hole in it.
Yeah, probably. They might have. When he got it launched out of his hand, I reckon there was a bit of a swap. Must have been. There's no other reason for it.
Yeah, it has to be. And well muscled there by Matthew Blood. Not renowned for his size or strength, but somehow I think it must be his low centre of gravity. Being 5'7", he is quite equipped to play the play in a low position. Plays it to Dan Faulkner, who cuts inside nicely. He's got Ali Clift outside him, who's receiving it with some Cardiff pressure on. Plays it in,
and it wins. It hits the foot of a Cardiff player, and so he'll have a free hit just on the 5 dotted line.
East Grinstead playing it out to Simon Faulkner at the back. Pressure on by Owen Dolan Gray. It's a slider, ricocheted into the D, picked up by Alf Dinney, who decides that the best course of action, thank you, Ollie, is just to play it off the sideline. I think that shows the pressure that you get when you come to St Hill and get pressed by the East Grinstead forward line.
while under the volume of the EG faithful.
Ooh, and Ali Cliff playing a nemising. Nemising?
I think nemising is a good word.
Nemising, is that a word?
I don't really know, but I'm not the one to tell you.
It was a bloody good ball across the
It
tee.
was.
Bobbly, and Cardiff and Met would have been hard pressed to deal with that if East Grinstead have got in there and got a stick on it.
Yes. Max Lowry just gives a
See,
foul.
I would have said there that the ball was lifted high into Max Lowry's body, but the umpire not so. Cardiff charging into the D, touched by Dan Faulkner, and it's a great tackle by Dan Faulkner.
It's a fantastic last-ditch tackle there from Dan Faulkner.
To just limit that kind of attack to a long corner. Johan Ole great. And that's a good save by Rich with a long barrier. Cardiff in there.
And Cardiff have managed to squeak it through.
I'm not sure what happened. We've got the live replay coming up in a second. Let's see what happened. But
it is 1-1 with less than 2 minutes to play in the second quarter.
So just here we got Johan Wall firing in a slap. Saved by Richard Curtis. Some sort of jiggery pokery in here.
Comes off Richard Curtis. And I don't know whether that was a Cardiff player who got... It must
I'll
have
tell
been a
you,
Cardiff
all I
player.
know is it's now 1-1 with a couple of minutes left to play in the second quarter of the first half. And East Grinstead putting on some considerable pressure. Matthew Blood playing the ball into Isaac Farron. Isaac Farron feeding it towards Trevor Delora, and he just gets a touch away from him by Johan Dolan Gray. Max Lowry playing it in. The Cardiff men linking up together. Simon Faulkner with a good bit of defending, but the umpire disagrees and blows it against the blue and the white as Josh Mill steps up to the plate. Let's see, what do you reckon? Slide or aerial? Yeah, it was going to be one or the other.
And it's an
And
absolute
I'll tell you what, it's worked
bomb.
really well.
He's
He's chucked
trapped
it into the East Grinstead D.
What a tackle from Max Lowry.
Max Lowry with an unbelievable tackle. I'll tell you what, he has had a great game so far.
He really has. He's been a standout performer for East Grinstead so far in this first half. He's been attacking, but he's also, like that, a brick wall, Ollie.
Yes.
Thank you for that agreement.
Oh, and I hear some screams of dismay as Trevor Delora, on his debut for East Grinstead, gets carded, and East Grinstead are now playing with 10 men.
It is a green card, so he'll be off for just 2 minutes.
But that concludes the second quarter of the first half. East Grinstead 1, Cardiff and Met 1. Well, I'll tell you what,
To play for.
it is all to play for, but the way I've seen it, and again, I'm looking at it with quite a biased eye, but East Grinstead have been on top, absolutely. The only real threat Cardiff have supplied has been through Johan Wall at the back with those long slider passes and big aerials. They've not had a corner, and they've not had many clean shots on target. So if I was East Grinstead contingent, I would still be happy with what's going on. Let's just start putting the ball in the goal.
Absolutely. Let's take a page out of Argentina's book and well, come from behind, come from level playing field, and win comfortably. And hopefully, for our score prediction's sake as well, Ollie, that does happen. And while we're in this break, trying to find out some scores for you, just don't forget to tell everyone around to come join the EG live stream. Give it a like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications.
Hit that bell!
Ring a ding ding.
So to our viewers interested, I'm just going to bring you some of the current scores in the other England Hockey Men's Premier League games. So Beeston are winning 3-0 against Nottingham University. Nottingham still yet to get a point in the Premier League this year. Southgate are currently drawing to Hampton and Westminster 1-1 with Quan Brown scoring a penalty flick to bring things level at Southgate. Holcombe are currently 0-0 to Oxted. I'll tell you what, Ollie, I would not mind Holcombe scoring a few goals in the second half, because Oxted, being one of our geographical and table rivals, it would be nice for them to get no points this weekend.
No, absolutely. Come on, Holcombe.
Yeah, come
Score
on, Holcombe.
some goals,
And then
please.
Surbiton 1, Wimbledon 0, and as per Twitter, there is nothing to report from the Old Georgians Reading game. So come on, Old Georgians and Reading, sort out your social media banter.
Step it up. Just post a score. It's not that hard, is it, Ollie?
So as we head into Q3 in the business world is usually a pretty tough time. Let's see if the East Grinstead Q3 can prove to be a successful affair.
What do you reckon the halftime team talk would have been, Ollie, for East Grinstead and Wes Jackson?
Well, I think there's a lot of positives to take from this. We've been on top, we've had more shots, we've had more corners, but you need to score goals to win a hockey match, and I think Wes would have reiterated the point that we need to start shooting more and getting the ball on target rather than flapping about with the ball. So yeah, let's hope to see a few more shots on target from the blue and the white this half. And I'll tell you what, we've got some serious strikers in the team. Isaac Farrant's backhand is almost legend at the club. So yeah, let's see if we can get some more shots and some more goals from the blue and the whites. And I'll shoot the question back at you. If you were the Cardiff coach, what would your team talk about at the moment?
That's a very good question there, Ollie, I have to say.
Yeah, well, you know, I like to ask the good questions.
And I would say that I don't think they'll be too happy with that first half performance. I think they've just managed to get a scrappy goal at the end. And I think they cut themselves a bit lucky. So, as we see, Dan Faulkner just absolutely body someone into the ground.
Yeah, that is something you will see often if you watch Dan Faulkner regularly. He's a big boy. He's a big boy, and I'm getting looks of agreement from people around me as I say that. Yes, he needs some bigger shorts. I think he's wearing a size small at the moment, so don't be fooled by how tight they are on his legs.
Or they just look small and they're actually medium. And we've just seen there is Hugh, Mr. Consistency, gets shave tackled, stick tackle to EG's ball as we mount an attack. So Faulkner throws an aerial to Jeeves, and that's not 5. So Archie has, and we are mounting attack, and we're in the D. I can't quite see, and Cardiff have sorted out and have shifted it off the sidelines.
And I tell you what, the faithful love that. It gets greeted with cheers, boos, and vuvuzelas alike.
And they might have caused it. Look, I know one of the chants are panic, but he certainly did do that.
Laid into the D. Isaac Farrant looking for a foot there, but picked up nicely by the Cardiff Met player, who hits the deck as he tries to clear his lines to the sideline. Picked up by Max Lowry and passed to Matthew Blood, who recycles the ball, plays it around Simon Faulkner, linking up nicely with his brother in here. Hugh Pembroke driving on the right, playing it into the D to Jack Webb, and I'd say that hit a Cardiff foot.
It did, and has been given a long corner.
Out to long corner. Tactically stopped there by the Cardiff and Met player, stopping with his foot as Matt Blood charges towards goal. Ooh, I'm not sure about that call by the umpire.
Neither am I. Neither
is
am
anyone.
I. It was a good series of play from EG, similar to that of the first half, as Cardiff mount their own attack. And there's some disagreements by the EG players there, but the Cardiff players just seem a little bit too eager for the umpire's liking there.
Way too eager. I think they're just eager to play some good hockey, because at the moment, if you're looking at the game in terms of a picture, they might be more of a year 4 painting class, and I'd say the East Grinsteads are more of a Da Vinci-esque in terms of aesthetics. As Jack Webb charges down the right-hand side and wins a foul, taken quickly by Hugh Pembroke. Isaac Farrant playing it into the middle, and it's given away.
I don't agree with that one, Ollie.
Again, let's stay neutral, but it's given the way of Cardiff, and I...
Don't tell us staying that neutral.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Well, we're allowed to disagree. That's fine. As Jack Webb charges up to the Cardiff player, puts him under pressure. Owain Dolan Gray playing it into the middle to Sam Welch, who's being tracked, hunted by Dan Faulkner, and Dan gets turned inside out by the recent Reading graduate. Jack Webb plays it straight into the flat stick of Sam Welch, who plays it into the D, and it's taken away by Archie Phillips. Well mopped up by the Grinstead.
That was a bit nervy there for EG. And Archie Phillips has done well, and he's won a foul to just alleviate some pressure there, because I was getting nervous, I have to say. Mike Wood has done well there. And surely that's got to be
and the umpire stopped his time, and that is a
yellow, was it? It was a green card.
Green card.
2 minutes
Sam
off.
Welch for his lumberjack-esque tackle on Josh Gravestock. And I'll tell you what, if you let Josh Gravestock free in space like that, you'd be... Oh, and it's a short corner to East Grinstead.
And surely that is going to be a card.
The recurring theme of the Cardiff Lumberjacks are back as the Cardiff defender decides it would be the best course of action to chop the East Grinstead stick. That is twice now in 2 minutes. And if you're on the pitch as an East Grinstead player here, you will be asking questions to the umpire as to, look, they can't keep smacking our sticks.
I'll tell you what they'll also be asking. Did I pack my spare stick? Because they'll need it at this rate.
Mark Philpott in goal for Cardiff and Met. Looking distinctly small next to his postmen counterparts. What do you think here? We've got Max Lowry and Simon Faulkner at the top of the D.
I reckon
Two
let's
people
go
you
Max
don't want to
Lowry.
see. There's two people you don't want to see at the top of the D.
Absolutely
Hugh Pembroke
not.
on the injection.
Quiet falls upon EG.
To Max Lowry. Flicks. Run down by the Cardiff player. Hugh
Still on
Pembroke
the
picks it
pitch.
up on the baseline. Sent to Archie Phillips, and it's just sent with a bit too much venom. Ooh. And that is a card to Archie Phillips. Look at him.
And a yellow card for Archie
not
Phillips.
understand where that's come from.
I believe the umpire thought that Archie hit the ball away, but it just didn't look the case. And from here, and I think Archie agrees with me.
So, knowing Archie there and his northern tendencies, there might have something slipped out of his mouth towards the umpire. But again, that's just speculation. I live with a bloke, and he is from the north, so you can't rule stuff like that out. A bit of regional banter there.
Regional banter it is. As Max Lowry slowly jogs into position and sees the ball.
Oh, and a sneaky substitution by Cardiff from there. Oh no, that was the carded player.
Yes.
Comes on and
popped on the
attacks the East Grinstead player from behind. But fortunately, it just ricochets off for a sideline. As we have 10 more minutes in Q3. And a strong shoulder in the back.
Surely that's got to be the card.
And the faithful are not fans of that. But it's given the way of Cardiff.
I tell you, they're also not a fan of this ref just giving cards when he wants to, but not when he should do.
As Cardiff threaten the circle. Cleaned up by Ali Clift. Passed out to Dan Faulkner. Deep in East Grinstead territory, and he just wins a foot. Just to alleviate some of that pressure, But I tell you what, this isn't somewhere you'd like to be as a halfback or a fullback.
Absolutely not.
Ali Cliff shows.
He's just gone.
Running away from the
I
ball.
think I'll be better further up the pitch. And it looks to have worked. As EG have managed to get further up the pitch. So it has. Well played to EG for getting out of that tricky situation.
And I would like to give another shout out
Nice
to
little bit of skill there.
Theo Bancroft, one of the players in the Welsh under-21 system who was tuned in. I'm sure he'll be, despite being a Welshman, will be cheering on the East Grinstead boys, as most people should be, as his ball is chucked in to Josh Gravestock, received on the back end. V-drag down the baseline, intercepted by the man with the shiny head for Cardiff. Isaac Farron on his dangerous backhand, and that's a foot!
Surely!
Short corner given!
And here we
in the
go.
favour of East Grinstead. Let's see what can happen.
The Welsh shout out there. I wonder how he's feeling after tonight's performance from the Welsh.
I don't
rugby
think
team.
he's got a keen Welsh rugby supporter. I don't think he'll be particularly happy. But look, if you're tuning into high quality hockey like this, you can't be unhappy. Put it that way.
It makes you feel better. And I tell you what will make me feel better: a 2 on that scoreboard for East Grinstead.
2 for East Grinstead. We'd like to clarify. Just a goal here would be nice.
That's why I said.
Looking to the top of the D, we've got the Faulkner brothers lining up again. Dan with his long run up and Simon with his shorter, but the two brothers can flick it very hard.
Faulkner and Faulkner line the top of the D. As East Grinstead.
Isaac Farron on the inject. Shift short to Simon Faulkner. Goes
Straight
to Dan. Slap.
Slap.
Saved by the keeper and Trevor Delore! Oh my! He off the post!
Trevor!
Oh, what a start to his East Grinstead career that would be. Oh, we might need some new goals after that because that shot had some serious force. Trevor Delore showing what he's made of.
Someone check that goalpost for dents because wow, you could hear that from a mile away.
Whoa. I'll tell you what, the Cardiff and Met goalkeeper there is probably lucky he didn't save it.
His hand probably would have come off.
You would have had a broken hand or a broken stick there. And actually, then again, it would have fitted with the rest of the Cardiff boys players if he had another hole in his stick.
Just, team culture, or keep it the same.
So I'm not sure if that short corner went exactly to plan by the East Grinstead boys.
No, I'm not sure it did. My guess would be it probably went to the wrong castle, but it almost worked.
It almost worked. It seemed very year 8 of the of East Grinstead, just sort of jetting it to the top of the D, trapped by the hitter. Then hits it towards the circle. As Ross Stott
Look at that.
takes the ball in his backhand, plays it. I would say there.
That was a long barrier. He's playing the
and
wrong
Trevor
spot.
wins the short corner for the Grinstead. And Ross Stott's asking questions here. He wants the cards. And as you can see, you can see on your screen, Ross is there showing. As you can see here, Trevor Delore's hit. I'll tell you what.
Oh my!
So from the analysis box, we're hearing it might have taken a deflection, but that's even more impressive because that deflection would have taken some of the pace off of it.
And it seemed to still be rapid. But yeah, I have to agree with Ross. That seemed to be a bit of a long barrier in the cricket field rather than a hockey pitch.
East Grinstead does have a long history with its cricket club. The hockey and the cricket club have got very close ties. So the Cardiff player might actually be better suited on the cricket pitch.
Not far
40
yards.
yards.
From here.
It's about 40 yards away from the
Yeah.
pitch.
Here we go.
Isaac Farron stepping up to inject. Another shift short.
Gone to Simon this time.
And it's a missed trap by
Missed
Ross
trap.
Stott, but he's got a cool head. Goes into hit.
He's going to hit it.
And then it's lifted above the backboard. For our viewers here who are new to hockey, the rule there is that the first strike of the ball, unless it is a flick, has to go below the backboard. So for anyone confused with that ruling, that is why. As Matthew Blood at the back picks it up and plays it into the middle with Isaac Farron, rolling it to Ali, and East Grinstead happy just to absorb some pressure, slow it down a bit, and just take their time a bit more.
Tell that to Dan Faulkner, who's trying to get on with it.
He was
He's
looking venomous with Laney, Richard Lane, being fouled there by Harry
his
Bogle.
expertise, just to put it on the foot there.
Well, his 18 odd years of playing Premier League hockey there really showing. really coming to the forefront against quite an inexperienced hockey player. Chuck to James Smith, not received.
Just goes astray a little bit from Sai. He was a little bit upset with himself, but
well, he is
I
a
won't get
man
too
who
upset.
holds incredibly high standards
that
for
he
himself.
does.
Should we see if we got any YouTube comments?
We don't.
We don't. Guys, there are no fresh comments in the YouTube. Come on. How many viewers are we on
There's
at the moment?
110
There's
viewers,
110 of you watching.
and not one of you wants to put a
I'd like to
comment.
see 10 comments in the next 5 minutes. Shoot
And
some
I've got
questions. If you've got
4
questions about
likes.
players, if you've got questions about the game, about the team, shoot them through. We'd love to hear them.
And
Yeah.
what takes even less time is simply clicking that thumbs up button. 110, and 4 of you have liked it, so thank you to those 4. But let's try and get it up to at least 20. I would
20
say.
is
Yeah.
a good target, as Harry Bogle just mistraps that aerial off the sideline. And Hugh Pembroke now in the middle, plays it nicely to Ross Stott with the midfield trio linking up to Archie Phillips. Look at how quick that man's legs move, and he just, I think that's either a mistrap or some miscommunication between him and Richard Lane there in that right side of the pitch. But regardless, it's Cardiff sideline, which just gets nonchalantly passed
Off the end of the pitch.
off the end of the pitch.
I mean, that's one way to play hockey. Not sure it was planned. I hope it wasn't. Man of the match so far.
Match so far. So, I'll give you
Thank
my
you very much,
thoughts.
Steve.
Ollie, what do you reckon?
I reckon
I'll tell you what, I think so far I'm going to give it to Max Lowry.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, in the second quarter, he was...
And the first quarter.
First half.
Both. Yeah,
First
just
half, he was a beast. Winning
defensively
corners,
and
defending
surprisingly
well.
offensively. I think that would have surprised himself a little bit, but Max Lowry is our shout.
Max Lowry is our shout. Let's hear it from the comment section. Who would you give as
Yeah, so
your man of the match so far?
Steve, who would you give it to from your point of view?
As Archie Phillips charges around the outside and gets meted with a flat reverse stick from Cardiff. Alf Dinney here draws the foul off Hugh Pembroke, and that is met by cheers of echoing no's from the EG faithful. And I'd also like to give a big shout out to the spectators who have. Oh wow! I'm just getting through some good. Gravy's on fire.
Literally, there is smoke pouring from the top of his head, and kind of sums up his play. Actually, he's been smoking hot, really.
That guy is speed.
Liquid fire.
If I was to compare him to a movie star, he would be Lightning McQueen. Ka-chow!
Zoom, zoom. That's what I say. Jeepers.
Zoom, bloody zoom.
Max 100% from Steve. Innes. Well,
Steve, thank you for agreeing with us. Again, this is similar to sort of Gary Neville. Who would you compare yourself to as a football commentator? I think I'm a bit of a Micah Richards, quite good looking, quite funny. And I think you're, Gary Neville, I think I'd.
me, Gary Neville. Oh, as a Liverpool supporter, I'm not sure how I'm going to take that one.
Bit of tongue-in-cheek banter there as Cardiff meet Dan Faulkner's shoulders, taken quickly by Charlie Hunt, is that. Played into the middle by... Oh, and it's fired across the D
I don't know
by
how
Harry Bogle.
he needs a... there's a hole in his stick. I don't know how he's missed it.
Fired across. Harry Bogle has managed to create himself a good bit of space in the D actually there. Fired it across the D to
Tell you what,
no avail, and that
Ollie,
is...
we are in for
Final
one
whistle.
hell of a fourth quarter.
Well, look, at the start of the game, I said that the experience of either team is going to be crucial. We've got an old Cardiff and Met team who have plenty of international experience, plenty of experience playing as a team, but then we've got East Grinstead, who have got I don't even know how many Premier League titles. We've got boys in here who have been playing in the Premier League for 18 plus years. We've got senior internationals and junior internationals. And I think it's really now going to be, it's not going to be a matter of who's more experienced, because we've got equal amounts of experience here. It's just going to come down to who keeps the discipline and who is better at hockey.
Who wants it more?
Wants it more, exactly.
Who wants it more? And, well, we've had
I'd
some
say-
great games here at EG, and over the many, many, many years, this is hopefully, with this fourth quarter shaping up to be what it is, similar to those ones.
We've been joined by another Delora, I assume
Related.
a relation to Trevor. Thank you for tuning in for the fourth quarter. Trevor nearly scored on his debut. We're told it got, he fired a forehand shot towards a goal, and we're told it got deflected, but nonetheless, it hit the post, and I'll tell you what, it nearly created a dent in the post because it was hit with some fire.
Also, I would just like to say thank you to Tevlon Delora, as that was a subscription.
Oh, yes!
So clearly,
Wow. That is, honestly guys, those subscriptions mean a massive, massive amount to us. East Grinstead Hockey TV, we are trying to carve the way of hockey streaming. We're the best to do it in the Premier League. We're the best to do it in English hockey.
yeah.
We're probably better than England hockey.
We are better than England hockey, aren't we?
But look, the likes, subscribes, and notifications mean more than you can imagine. It's about 3 clicks for you guys sitting at home, and it goes a long, long way. Not just for East Grinstead, but also for club hockey as a whole. So if you guys could take a moment to do that, that'd be really, really appreciated.
With that, we're also up to 11 likes, so that's fantastic. So keep
11
it going.
likes, bosh!
And we have a couple more comments as well, Ollie. We have
Fire.
Ben George with "Come on Cardiff." That's how I feel about that
I
one.
think you might have misspelled East Grinstead there.
Yeah,
mate.
and
I'm not sure if
those
autocorrect's done you any favours.
and those muscle emojis clearly were meant to be blue and white.
It must have been, yeah.
I
must have
don't, I
been.
don't know anything else. And Ed Casement, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Where's Webby?
Where's Webby? He
He's
is
on the
up top
pitch.
at the moment. Number 11 with the distinctively. Oh no. What's the umpire think? Outside the D, but his corresponding umpire thinks it's a short corner. And East Grinstead have won their first short corner of the game.
Tell you what, Wes has exploded from his seat, which was quite impressive considering he did play earlier today for the first time in a while, and his back is hurting him a little bit. But that's how much he disagreed with that call.
Cardiff and Met players in a huddle. And I'll tell you what, East Grinstead need another short corner defender because there's no one there at the moment as Isaac Farrant returns back to the goal.
Also,
to greet the
while
East
we
Grinstead
are
players.
waiting for Cardiff to slowly make their way, we're Ben George, despite his earlier misspelt comment, has said loving the commentary, boys. So that one's not misspelt.
Cheers, mate. Love it. As Cardiff and Mets line up with 2 castles, but let's be honest, there may as well be 2 people at the top of the D, because when you've got a flicker like Yoan Wall, there's only one place this is going. This is their first flick of the game. Yoan Wall and his big triceps lining up at the top of the D. Richard Curtis and his equally big triceps in goal.
And just in this break, just get to one more comment before it starts. Tevlon Delora, Trevor's top fans all the way from home supporting his debut at East Grinstead Hockey Club.
I love that. We are
thank you
international, baby.
for joining us.
International, as Cardiff and Met
We welcome you.
settle
Tevlon.
in. Yoan Wall at the top of the D. Oh,
And I don't
my
quite know
God. I
how
do not know
that has missed.
what has happened there. A missed flick from Yoan Wall.
And then I think
And then some weird it's yeah. It was a Welsh touch.
someone
put it that
needed
way.
to tell him that it's the white thing that you need to put it in, I think.
Mate, that's horrible.
Because wow. And
Wow.
Ben George is clearly our top commentator because he's written a paragraph right now. Number 15 for Cardiff Met, Owain
Dolan Gray.
Dolan Gray, an absolute animal, and recorded record international caps holder for Wales. All the facts.
Owain Dolan Gray has got more hair than he does hockey quality.
Oh.
But Ben, I don't want that to deter you from commenting. Thank you very much, and I agree. Owain and his international career is incredibly impressive, and let's see if we can put that experience to good use in this final quarter.
We are having some disputes. Is
Another
it
member?
Another Delora?
Another Delora. I'll tell you what, Trevor has been one of the best signings we've ever had. We've got two new paid subscribers to the channel because of him. I'll tell you what.
I'm feeling the South African love. I don't know about you.
We've gone
officially
international. Yeah. We're changing.
Yeah, the colours are being changed to green and gold. But actually, let's put them next. We should create a kit with blue, white, green and gold. Vibrant, but I think it could work. Thank you very much, Natalie, for supporting not only Trevor, but East Grinstead Hockey Club as well. We look forward to seeing what...
Short corner to East Grinstead. I step away to open a beer, and I come back to a ferocious whistle from the umpire in a short corner. Can someone explain what happened? I didn't see.
It was a foul outside of the D. Probably one of the... I was looking away, but for the sounds of things, another chop.
I tell you what, the Welsh Lumberjacks are out in full force.
Clearly.
Chopping away at the Grinstead sticks.
They've just looked for Lumberjacks.
Right, back to business. We've got Max Lowry and Simon Faulkner at the top of the D. There's not many people you'd rather at the top of the D than those two.
It's just lethal.
Hugh Pembroke lining up.
Falls upon East Grinstead.
Hugh Pembroke on the injection spot.
12 minutes to go in the game.
Wow.
Tensions are high. Can East Grinstead perform under the pressure?
Injection goes to Max Lowry. Flick. Saved by Mark Philpott. Josh Gravestock couldn't connect with the... And it's another
short corner.
East Grinstead have been given a second bite at the apple.
Can we please finish it? I'm not sure my nurse can take this, Ollie.
Matt Blood heads over to Wes Jackson, who relays the message.
I would have picked a faster player for it, I'm not going to lie to you, Ollie.
Yeah, Matt Blood, not renowned, but the message
he didn't make it.
Has already been conveyed, and Wes Jackson are happy with that.
Wes's message didn't make it to the huddle, but I feel confident.
Again, Max Lowry and Simon Faulkner. Injected Simon Faulkner. Slip flick. Max Lowry misses the flick. Isaac Barron! And I think the East Grinstead players think that has come off a Cardiff shin, knee or body.
Anything but his stick, really.
And I agree. I haven't seen it, but I agree. Can we get a live replay?
The replay is coming in a minute.
Replay is coming, guys. You'll be able to see the truth.
We also have a comment from... I'm not quite sure what sort of name that is, but is the name. And how the ladies' threes get on today. Do we have any news on the ladies' threes, Simon? We don't quite know, I'm afraid. Probably a win, and hopefully was a win. Because, well, East Grinstead are the best club in England. No doubt about it.
Picked up by Isaac Farron in the D. Pressure on him.
Swivels.
Hey!
No!
Sorry.
How is that? No, I disagree.
And Baldy at the back for Cardiff there. I can't quite see his name because his head is so shiny. Having a look at the umpire.
Ben George's favourite player.
Oh, umpire stopped the game. What's this for?
Tell you what.
What's going on then?
Ollie, I'll tell you what. If this umpire was wearing black, I'm not sure I'd tell the difference between the centre back and the umpire.
Very well said. No, too fair to the umpires. I think they've had a good game. I think consistency is key, and they've definitely been consistent.
I was actually more talking about the hair. situation.
Yes.
They haven't been too bad, you are correct. Few decisions could have gone East Grinstead as well. And I think they'll definitely argue that last one.
James Smith charging down the right-hand side of the pitch then. Playing it on to Trevor Delora, who just gets fooled by the Cardiff and Met dummy over the ball. I say dummy, that's kind. It was a mistrap. Putting pressure on then. There is 9 minutes and 50 seconds left in this fourth quarter of the game. Both teams desperately need a goal.
Tell you what would be absolute poetry
Go
for
on.
the 2 new subscribers, the Delora family, if Trevor could get his debut goal and a winning goal. for that.
Wow.
Oh,
I have
can see it.
goosebumps thinking about that.
Woo! Let's pray it into existence, people. Even you, George. Even you.
So just Cardiff charging to the baseline. It's a long corner to Cardiff. And just an update from some other games. University of Nottingham Men's Hockey Club are losing 5-0 to Beeston.
Youch, in a local derby. Trevor, let's see where he comes from this. That's surely
Unfortunate
umpire.
there.
Fortunately, he just lost the ball, but we are pressing. EG are pressing back. No more comments.
Yeah, I've just seen to check if there's any new comments, and there's not. I'm sure we've got some watchers who have got some questions for us. Well tackled there by Dan Faulkner, drawing out the foul, giving East Grinstead the ball.
We're closing in on 7 minutes left.
Well, we're still on 8.5. Let's not make it too dramatic just yet.
That's why I say we're
Or
closing in on it.
I might start growing grey hair.
I already have them, so I've got nothing to lose.
Mine's ginger, so it could be worse.
Trevor's trapped it beautifully on the reverse. And he is terrifying these Cardiff players. He really is. It's the pace. That's what it is.
As Max Lowry steps up to get the ball on the 25 by the halfway line. Pass to Daniel Faulkner. Plays it into Matt Blood. Bounces out to Hugh Pembroke, who absolutely turns that Cardiff player inside out.
Some say that Cardiff player is still going the wrong direction.
Hugh Pembroke slaps it in. Oh!
That's almost
That
made
is
its way
a
through.
crucial interception by the Cardiff and Met player, because Archie Phillips was there ready to receive that ball on the back post and most likely score.
Apparently from Tevlon Delora, wishing that Trevor could get a goal on his deadly backstick. So maybe he has a deadly backstick and haven't seen it yet.
Let's
I hope we do.
just clarify the language barrier. Let's hope Trevor doesn't use the back of his stick. Let's hope he uses a reverse stick. But no, having received them in training, Trevor's reverse sticks are like a rocket ship. Elon Musk will be proud of them. As East Grinstead draw the foul in the middle of the pitch. And Simon Faulkner steps away and let Matt Blood take the reins. Dan Faulkner over to Hugh Pembroke,
Mr. Consistency.
who fires the ball in, touch across the
what
goal,
touch?
cleaned up by East Grinstead. The call there by Cardiff is to play on the outside, which they are now doing. Down the line,
Straight to
picked up
Alec Clift,
nicely
reverse
by
stick.
Clift, and Harry Bogle slipping over as if he is Bambi on ice. Matt Blood there into the Cardiff and Met foot. And East Grinstead can just collect themselves again. There's 6.5 minutes on the clock. And here we go. Trevor Delora charging in. Picked up by Laney. Fired across goal, but intercepted by the
Long
Cardiff
corner.
for a long corner. Picked up by Matt Blood. And the umpire's whistling.
These Cardiff players are clearly... Look at the amount of players in the picture right now. They're crowding the space.
Wow. Hugh Pembroke. To Dan Faulkner. Back to Hugh Pembroke. The callers go out, and he does so. He is incredibly obedient to Matthew Blood. Matthew Blood,
Who isn't?
also known as the enforcer, controlling the reins for East Grinstead and just dropping comms as if he's playing Fortnite in 2019.
The enforcer. Where's that one come from, Ollie?
That is actually, it comes from the house. It's sort of jovially, umpire doesn't like that. He says, make an effort to the Cardiff player. And I tell you what, the Cardiff players need to make an effort all over the pitch if they want to stop East Grinstead from getting a goal now. Because
Absolutely.
we are looking fierce.
Hot and spicy.
Wow. 5 minutes to play as Cardiff charge down the sideline. Oh, Great save from Curtis.
And it's
And
somehow
I
put
do not
wide.
know
I can
how
tell you, Ollie.
the Cardiff player has put that wide.
Clearly their coach.
Action replay in bounds.
Clearly their coach needs to tell them it's the right thing.
Trap here. Good save by Curtis.
I did
And
hit an EG first.
Player has an open goal.
Simon Faulkner's acrobatic, Matrix-like dodge
Matrix-esque.
to put it wide. Just.
Pembroke needs to win it back in the middle. And luckily, the umpire, with eagle-eye vision, has seen that as a foul to East Grinstead. Well, East Grinstead's way, might I say. Max Lowry passing it to Dan Faulkner. Plays to halfback. Down the line.
What a trap. Oh, no.
If
So
Archie
unlucky.
Phillips had just left that to trickle on to James Smith. On the baseline, East Grinstead would have been in and looking incredibly dangerous.
Which we have for the whole quarter, to be honest with you. Apart from that one little Cardiff mishap, well, EG mishap leading to the Cardiff attack.
I'll tell you what,
All EG.
this Q4 is looking pretty typical. The market is incredibly buoyant, and so is the scoreline. We are currently buoyant at 1-1, but there are goal opportunities
Trevor
either end.
has-
As Trevor Delora crashes the ball towards goal. And look at him, he does not
And
stop
how has he got that?
going.
Wow. He is like a hamster on a hamster wheel. He just keeps on going. He really does.
Yeah, thankfully he has opposable thumbs, unlike a hamster, which makes him better at hockey.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Because put the two combinations together and, well, you get Trevor and it's lethal.
Alf Dinney in the middle for Cardiff Met, receiving it clean. His pass receiver, less so. East Grinstead ball. Simon Faulkner controlling it in the corner with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to play.
I'm really not
Picked
sure
up by
my
Cardiff
nerves can
deep.
deal with this.
And it's a Cardiff and Met ball. Ball gets rolled to them. I'll tell you what, I am happy that I'm not part of the East Grinstead coaching squad right now because this is intense. As Hugh Pembroke picks up the ball.
Mr. Consistency.
A crucial intercept. Played
lovely
long
ball
to Josh
for Trevor.
Gravestock. And look at how quick he is!
Look at him go! Look at him!
Run!
And he just runs out of room. Let's be honest. If it was even a centimetre longer, he was getting there.
Unfortunately,
quick.
Josh is very short.
Thank you, Lee Stuffy. I agree. Come on, EG. Less than 2 minutes to play.
Just another quick shout out to Emily Thompson tuning in. Thank you very much for your support.
And well done on the 4-0.
Can you please subscribe?
If you're really dedicated to the relationship, then I don't think it would cost you too much. In fact, it's just £1.
Oh my good lord! Trevor
Take it
Delora
away. Actually, don't.
with some rapid hands,
Silky smooth.
greeted by the East Grinstead faithful with absolute applause. And here we go. Oh, Trevor Delora echoing around St Hill.
The EG faithful are loving him. Fortunately, EG just giving it away there. We can't have long left in this game. On our clock,
We are
it is
now-
exactly 1 minute left.
Dun, dun, dun.
Grey flag
Backstick called by the umpire.
from George.
1 minute to go.
1 minute, 45 seconds. This is probably the last attack of the game.
Dan Faulkner steps up. Josh
go.
Gravestock.
Charlie, that's it!
Shot! Corner! East Grinstead! I do not know what's just happened.
I can't speak!
Right.
Wow!
to calm.
Whew. And Ben George has just deleted his supporter message to Cardiff.
He was probably about to say something and then saw that it was a short corner to East Grinstead in the last second of the game.
Yeah.
Right.
What sort of sport is that? You gotta
Ollie.
back yourself.
Ollie. Last minute of the game.
Sorry, George.
Last minute of the game. You've got Simon Faulkner. Right.
Everyone up.
We're now in overtime. You've got
all
Simon Faulkner and Max
nothing.
Lowry. Two of the best flickers in the league. What are you doing?
Put it in the ball.
Put it to Trevor.
Look. Let him score on debut. The poetry.
The whole of the
E.G. Faithful. Here we go.
Hugh Pembroke.
E.G. for the win.
To Max Lowry. Max Lowry flicks. Run down. Yes! I cannot! I cannot believe
have scored
what I'm seeing right now!
Oh my!
Said in overtime! Score the rebound goal!
I cannot speak!
3 points!
Oh wow!
And the faithful go wild!
The replay is on your screen for the winning moment.
The replay is here.
Historic!
Max Lowry flick, run down. He pounces.
Reverse
stick, and it is.
And oh my!
Pembroke scoring the winning goal for the East Grinstead. Blue and the white in the new colours.
I'm
East
sorry, George,
Grinstead
but I'm also
has
not.
just
Wow.
erupted in noise. And as you guys might be able to hear on your speakers, the faithful is in full voice as East Grinstead clutch up 3 points in overtime against Cardiff and Met.
An overtime goal. There was no seconds left.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
E.G. 3 points.
Words
another
cannot
3.
describe what has just happened at St Hill.
It's pure elation from the blue and white on the pitch.
Absolute despair.
And I'm not surprised.
Cardiff and Met.
I'm sorry, George.
Troop away with their heads hanging low.
Despite all the stick we have given them tonight, congratulations. Well, congratulations,
Yes.
but well played to Cardiff.
Commiserations to Cardiff as the East Grinstead boys go and cheer on their 12th man, the faithful.
And Ben George, crying in the chat, has just gone, first Argentina, now this. Both
And
white and blue.
misery.
Has to be a theme.
Commiserations to the Cardiff and Met camp. They fought incredibly well. And I tell you what, Ollie, that is an absolutely outstanding spectacle. That is a great display of hockey and a really good promotion for the English Premier League.
And East Grinstead. What we do here is entertain, Ollie.
We are entertainers. And also, the one thing I would say about East Grinstead is you see the quality on the pitch, but look, here, listen to what you can hear. The faithful and the fans going crazy.
It just means so much to them. It really does.
And guys, we are going to wrap up the live stream on that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for liking, subscribing. And I'm going to sign out. This has been Ollie Smart.
And Ollie Clift.
And look, we'll see you next week. Who have we got next week? When's the next live stream, Si? 2 weeks' time.
2 weeks.
Book it in.
Holcomb.
Do not miss it against
game.
Holcomb. We'll see you then.
Thank
Goodbye.
you all. Goodbye.